About 80 kilometers from the Peruvian city of Cusco, on the top of a mountain, lies the extraordinary historic sanctuary of Machu Picchu. Located 2,453 meters above sea level, and surrounded by a majestic mountain landscape, this site was once an important palace and religious sanctuary for the Incas, the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. Due to its characteristics and peculiar location, Machu Picchu is considered a masterpiece of engineering and architecture, with a rich history spanning more than 7 centuries. Here we present its evolution, from its beginnings, as an Inca settlement to the origin of its current popularity. It is believed that the citadel of Machu Picchu was built around 1450, by orders of Pachacutec, the first great ruler of the Inca Empire. The luxurious urban complex was built between the mountains of Machu Picchu and Huayna Picchu, which rise above the sacred valley of the Incas. Besides being close to the Inca capital of Cusco, the climatic and geographical conditions of this area were ideal for the cultivation of corn and coca, a medicinal plant of great ritual value. Machu Picchu was a classic Inca lacta, with a mobile population ranging from 300 to 1,000 inhabitants. The citadel was divided into 2 areas. In the urban zone were the residences and religious precincts, such as the Temple of the Sun or Torreon, while the agricultural zone consisted of several terraced cultivation terraces built on the mountainside. Despite its splendor, the Inca Empire was weakened by the outbreak of a civil war in 1529, and in 1532 it was annexed to the territories of the Spanish crown. Although the Spanish probably knew of its existence, Machu Picchu's remote location meant that it was largely ignored by the colonial regime. Proof of this is that no Christian temples were built in the citadel. Beginning in the 19th century, several scientists and explorers began to speak of the existence of a lost city in the Peruvian Andes. These rumors reached the ears of Hiram Bingham, a professor of South American history at Yale University. Intrigued by the possibility of finding it, Bingham decided to make an expedition through the sacred valley of the Incas in 1911. Although not an archaeologist by profession, the professor was struck by the majesty of the area, and secured the sponsorship of Yale University, National Geographic magazine and the Peruvian government to study the site in depth. Between 1912 and 1915, Bingham and his team conducted archaeological excavations at Machu Picchu, removing undergrowth and exploring the tombs of the citadel. National Geographic published an article about the discovery in 1913. Thus, the citadel of Machu Picchu was put under the international spotlight.